why when you're wearing just a synthetic shirt and you stop moving, even in the middle of the day, you get cold. So when I got just my fishnets on, it's going to my next layer. My skin is dry, so I'm not cold.
See you there, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Hey, good day.
Catch you up the trail. Morning, all you awesome adventurers. It is a cold Friday morning. It got down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit last night. There were 5 of us in that tiny little shelter, which was essentially just a little dig out off the trail. Place for 2 people to put up their tents, and that was about it. So needless to say, it was a brisk morning. Everything was frozen. Took 5 minutes to bang out the shoes and get my feet in them. Socks were frozen, water was frozen, but we're underway. Let's get this started. Welcome to my Hikification. So here's the plan for today. We're starting at Cold Spring Shelter at mile 125 and eventually making our way down to the NOC at mile 136. So essentially 11 miles through the course of the day, a lot of downhill. We will cross over Rocky Bald at mile 127, a little bit of downhill, then a short up, and we'll hit Wessler Bald Fire Tower at mile 130. Then a little bit more downhill, some pointless ups and downs from there. And then at the very end, you see a very steep downhill for about 5 miles all the way into NOC at the very bottom. So it's a pretty steep elevation change, going from about 4,000 down to 2,000 feet. Okay, it may have been cold, but check out this view this morning. Here we are at the top of Rocky Bald. Just a small blue blaze off the trail. It's gonna be a sunny day. Here we are at the top of the fire tower at Wessler Bald. We'll give you the full 360. I think that's where we're headed today. Shorter day. Just headed to the NOC, about 11 miles. Trail's been slippery from all where the snow did melt and then refroze overnight. So it's been slow going. A couple close calls, but thank goodness for the trekking poles. Now we've got a really significant downhill all the way into the NOC. So we'll see how the knee holds up. Let's just take a moment and enjoy this sight. Rocking, doing a little ridge walking about a mile out of Wessler Bald. Nice view on the one side. Can't quite see through the trees, but decent view on the other. Because if we were to slip, that is a long way down. I probably had about 8 near misses. But so far, 0 falls. I guess the trail had one more view in store for me today. And while we're stopped to catch our breaths, a little pro tip for you. If you use trekking poles, which I hope you do if you're climbing these hills, if you check the time on your watch, you want to be careful where your trekking pole tip goes. Trust me, for literally not 15 minutes ago, went to check the time, the trekking pole tip went straight out, caught a tree, the handle of the trekking pole straight into the jaw. I haven't taken a right hook that hard in I don't know how long. So yes, be sure to manage your trekking poles appropriately, short of being KO'd on the trail. Little pro tip. Lessons learned on the AT. So I'm here at the NOC in a little bunk room. I'm sure others will be joining shortly. It's about 2:30. Did 11 miles today. I'm done for the day. That was a tough 11 miles. The first half of the day was fine, but then the rest was all downhill, and my knees definitely paying the toll there. And I actually fell twice between mile 7 and 8. The first was just on the ice, and the second was one where my foot caught a root, and when you have that forward momentum and that backpack, just keeps you going. And I went down pretty hard. So I'm a little battered and bruised from that, but I would say most of today's hike was on a trail that was kind of carved out of a fairly steep mountain. And so after that fall, luckily it was on a flat surface, I was hiking pretty timid. So took a little bit of the fun out of the hike. So I'm glad to be done. I would say not my best day, but I've got the rest of the afternoon to find some food, relax a little bit, maybe do some laundry, and set off fresh for tomorrow. So anyway, we'll show you a little bit of the NOC as we get changed. See you in a bit. What does one do when they get into town? Laundry. Well, it's not really a town, but the NOC is a bit of a full-service little stop. So this is the NOC. They've got an outfitter, a little general store. If you want beer, wine, a few assorted items. So we've got a restaurant. There's the outfitter store. There's a restaurant. with pizza, burgers, salads, specials, breakfast, beer, and wine. And of course, what they're known for is the kayaking on the river. And this bridge is actually the Appalachian Trail. So there's a barbecue place, and up above, you can't see it necessarily, is the shelters and rooms to rent, more of a bunkhouse style. That's the NOC. It's a little bit of a stop unto itself. Good place to kind of take a late afternoon and relax. This is what we do in dinner. The restaurant does have a nice view though. Okay, so just finished dinner. Not sure if you can hear me over the sound of the river. Nice scenic view though. So we might as well do our wrap up right here as I'm walking back to the bunkhouse. So as indicated, today wasn't the best day on the Appalachian Trail. But nothing a good night's sleep, some massaged muscles can't fix, I'm sure. It started really cold to the point where a warm bed is going to be very much desired tonight. The first 7-8 miles were good, but the trail was slippery. All the snow that had melted yesterday refroze, especially on those downhills. It got pretty treacherous. But the pinnacle was probably the little fall. I think I'm okay. A little bruise, we'll check it out. And kind of put a cap on the day. So I gently walked the remaining 5 miles downhill. Downhill is not my friend at the best of times, but we made it through. So tomorrow we're going to figure out what we do or how far we go, but we got lots of options. Till next time, hike on.